The week after saying he nearly had an altercation with CM Punk at an NXT taping, Booker T is walking it back and blaming the internet for making hay out of it to begin with. On March 13th, 2024, WWE Hall of Famer and current NXT commentator Booker T got the wrestling world talking when he said on his Hall of Fame podcast,
I almost had like a little run-in with CM Punk. You know what I mean? The internet might want to pick that up. Me and CM Punk almost got into it.
Punk attended the March 12th NXT tapings, reportedly keeping a low profile, according to SE Scoops, as he watched. After bringing up his supposed run-in with Punk, Booker quickly shot down further conversation about the topic, saying people would pick it up and run with it. But notably, his YouTube channel briefly featured a short clip of just the CM Punk discussion before it was made private. Now, Booker is saying the whole thing got blown out of proportion, calling the coverage of his comments clickbait. He said his comments were simply to entertain his fans and shouldn't be taken seriously. He made clear that he and CM Punk would not be fighting at any point, nor does he have any animosity toward the Second City Saint.
I consider CM Punk a friend. All right. So when I'm saying something about CM Punk, guys, do not take it literally.
Booker ultimately blamed news sites and social media users for, as he put it, jumping into that mud to report his comments on his supposed confrontation with Punk. Then he more or less put a disclaimer on anything he says on his podcast, warning anyone listening to basically take it all with a grain of salt.
If you hear me say anything here on the Hall of Fame, this show is show related.
Of course, people were primed to pay attention to any comments about any backstage disputes involving Punk, given his history. Punk famously got into multiple backstage brawls during his time in AEW. First, there was the one with Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks after the September 2022 All Out pay-per-view. Following the fight, all of them were suspended and stripped of the titles they won at the show. Punk was then fired from AEW after another fight, this time with Jack Jungle Boy Perry, before Punk's match at All In at London's Wembley Stadium in August 2023. For what it's worth, since his return to WWE at Survivor Series in November 2023, Punk has reportedly not had any backstage issues with anyone. He's even been said to have been very helpful with NXT talent anytime he has been backstage at an event or at the WWE Performance Center. So undoubtedly any mention of backstage rancor involving Punk would attract attention. For his part in all of this, Booker has previously made comments about Punk that would indicate a bit of an icy relationship between the two.
I don't think CM Punk, looked at me as one of his buddies or anything like that.
But this also isn't the first time Booker has played up his heat with another WWE personality for it to all only turn out to be for entertainment. In 2018, Booker implied that Corey Graves had something to do with him being removed from the Raw announce team at the time. Graves didn't deny it, and Booker eventually said he'd be happy to fight Graves on the street. Both of them eventually said the whole thing was just an angle they set up.
Being in the old school mentality, I'm like, oh, let's have fun with this.